Okay, just this is a short video on how to calculate sample standard deviation with ALEKS calculator. It's very much similar to the population, except for we're going to divide by n-1 instead of n. So let's do one together. First thing we're going to do is I'm going to send the data to the calculator because to calculate the standard deviation, we need to find the mean. So I want to sum up this data, and then I'm going to go to the right of the parentheses and divide by the number in the sample, which is 6. So to find the sample mean and the population mean is the same. It's only the sample and standard deviation in population versus sample that are different. Okay, the sample mean and population mean are the same. So let's find out what that is. So our sample mean is 50. Okay. And like I said, I document all these things on paper as I'm going because I like to be able to go back and because ALEKS will let you make a correction sometimes within a problem. So if you can correct it and still get 1 point instead of 2 points to bump up in your box there, it's better than nothing. So that's the way I see it. So the next thing we want to do is we want to do a sum of squares. So I'm going to clear this. We're going to do a sum of squares. And we want to sum the squares of the data. So I'm going to do that. So my data is there, and I'm going to take the difference between the data and 50, my mean. So each of the data points, I'm going to subtract my mean. And here's our last one. Okay, so I'm going to sum the squares there, and then I'm going to divide by n-1. So you can either do 5 or you could just say 6 minus 1, just so you're documenting.
Okay.
Okay, so we summed our squares. We summed all the squares of the differences, and we're going to divide by n-1. So that is 5.2. And then that is our variance. So that's our sigma squared, or I'm sorry, our S squared, because we're talking about sample standard deviation. And then our standard deviation is the square root of that. So I'm just going to hit the square root button and then enter, and I get 2.28. And it says round your answer to 2 decimals. So that would be 2.28. And there we go.
Perfect.